Let's talk about the activities of bill reduction and then the impact of some of the policies being made by the CBN on their businesses or activities in recent times. We have been joined by the president of the association. We have Alhaji Aminu Gwadabe, who is also the president of the Association of Bill Reduction Operators of Nigeria. Glad you have joined us on LXing this morning.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to show our visibility, to explain our impact, our role, and our history.
Well, interesting. That's the role of the media, and that's what we're doing. But I'd like you to start by giving us a picture of what has been your experience with some of the policies being taken by the recent time by the CBN as regards the exchange rate and the activities of your colleagues and your sector as regards the parallel market. How has this policies influenced your activities and some of your businesses? Give us a picture.
Thank you. I will start by laying a foundation and perspective. First, I want to start with the background. The retail foreign exchange, that's what we call the modern bill exchange, predates even Nigeria. It predates Central Bank of Nigeria. It started during this sub-Saharan trade, where an individual came to be providing services of people coming for trade to exchange their currency into our own local currency. So it's a business that has been there long ago, even before the independence. It's a business that has been there even before the establishment of the Central Bank of Nigeria. I heard some of the speakers talking of regulation. First, the purpose behind licensing bill exchange then by the former president, General Ibrahim Babangida, is to formalize that sector, which they inherited during the sub-Saharan trade. People are there, then out of wisdom, he said, why not license them so that they will be co-opted into the central financial structure. So that's how it started. It was Minister of Finance then that was licensing Bureau exchange. Then later on, Central Bank took over the licensing. So given the background, we now move to the objective. Like I said, one of the objectives of the Central Bank to license Bureau exchange is to formalize the informal sector. We are talking of financial inclusion now. We are talking of data. However, I quite agree in terms of international obligations and national objective. Nigeria is currently under pressure, gray-listed from the Financial Action Task Force. But we should not also forget that what we call global practices now are norms and culture of other countries that we all copy, we adopt. Sometimes these templates were created without even our input. So there is the need for us to always look into our own peculiarity. This is Nigeria, and this is the only place that you can see Nigeria. There is no place in the world whereby you don't have cash. Even in UK, you see people having pounds to spend in cash, not necessarily in card. So the role of a bill exchange first is to inject liquidity into that retail end sector. Two, to help the government in convergence. There are several policies of government. Right in 1986, we have seen structural adjustment program. We have seen whole Dutch auction system. We have seen retail Dutch auction system. We have seen single market until we now have the unification. The unification came with mixed feeling. However, I want to congratulate the federal government. I want to congratulate the Central Bank because the objective has been achieved. What is the objective? It's convergence. Today, we have seen manifestation of the central bank policies in two fundamental ways. One, there is liquidity in the market. It has helped in providing liquidity. And it's a fiat that has been achieved. For the past 15 years, we have not seen convergence, despite all these policies that I have mentioned to address the market. We have seen various multiple rates, SME rate, CBN rate, INE window rate. That is one of the advantages. There is a willing buyer, willing seller, and price discovery, which is the most important. Two, as I speak, Nigeria is operating like a Dubai economy in terms of sourcing efforts. In Dubai, United Arab Emirates, the BDCs are the cornerstone of supply of dollars to the banks in terms of their cash need. Today we are seeing it. We became the suppliers of this need, critical needs of banks. So this is a very, very big achievement that these policies have manifested into our economy. Like the governor said in his speech, there is return of confidence in the market. In fact, I was excited, I was happy with the governor's speech at the World Bank meeting. It shows confidence. It shows there is paradigm shift. And we are also happy that he did mention that he found us to be important. We are the third leg of the market, whereby with only us who have the compassion, who have the accessibility, put the entire banks together branches, we are more than their network. Our network is our network. So it's a sector that you can't just throw away. We have provided a lot of roles, a lot of benefit to the government in terms of convergence of exchange rate. We have done that in 2006 during the liberalization and deepening of the market. We have done that in 2009 during the outgoing governor, Mr. Emefiele, whereby he also looked into diaspora remittances, he harnessed it to checkmate volatility. We have seen that even during the former governor, the emir of Kano, Sanusi, whereby he allowed the BDC to source their funds from interbank, from the autonomous market. Now we are seeing also the present government with openness, with dexterity, looking into it. They came with a reform now. We all embrace reform. There used to be Naira and Kobo before the central bank was created. We have so many banks, up to 150 banks. Reforms have made our banks now to be stronger. And like I said, I'm happy there's a draft reforms for the bureau chain sector, and we're sensitizing our members to see how we can fall in line, to see how we can help the government. These are part of the thing we're doing. So we have a lot of impact. Most of the policies that were mentioned, there is no one that have the pass-through effect. We remain the effective transmission mechanism of the central bank foreign exchange policy. Our policy, our announcement was the one that brought the camel back. So we have so many roles, we have so many achievements to share. And I want to thank even the presidency, and we can see a lot of coordination, linkages between the fiscal policy and monetary policy. So I advise the government, I advise the central bank to remain resolute. There are a lot of hanging fruit that we can benefit from it. One is the diaspora remittance. And I'm happy in the new reforms, the central bank mentioned that the bureau de change will become agent of IMTOs, international money transfer operators. So these are some of the things that are changing, and we're not folding our arms. As operators, as players in the market, we are doing our best. We are sensitizing. As we speak, I'm in Kano now. We are in Abuja yesterday to sensitize our members how we can be part of the reforms, how we can be the people that will own the business. We don't want outsiders to come and hijack our business. The same thing given to the bank to match an accusation. That is part of our response to the central bank when we see the draft. We have also looked at the financial requirement. We have made several recommendations to the central bank, and we're happy the central bank is looking into it. And very soon we'll have a rapport, we'll come and sit on the table so that we can see it's for the economy. It's not for all. So volatility is a counterwar in the economy. It discourages inflows, it discourages planning, it encourages speculation, it encourages hoarding. All illegal economic behaviors come with volatility of our exchange rate. The exchange rate of an economy of a country is the oxygen of that country. So you cannot leave it alone. It's like a run of water, erosion. If you don't direct it, it will direct itself.
Let's move on to something else. How do you react to this report suggesting that BDC operators are now sourcing for dollars at the open market? What has been the impact of this? And then what do you make of the commitment made by the CBN to also supply FX to BDC operators? Give us the latest development as regards this.
You know, I have said it, willing buyer, willing seller, price discovery. That is the words of the central bank governor, and that is what is happening in the market. The CBN is trying as much as possible. There is no country in the world. Even banks, they access CBN window. I think we should move away from that practices. And that's why I'm telling you, some of the sources now are even, dollars are even sourced from the open market. As we speak today, the open market rate is even lower than the central bank rate. So what are we talking about? So this is a great fiat. So as Bureau de Change, what we're after is liquidity. We're not people that are into holding. All we're after is to make our little commission and turn over. So it's a great move, even though it has affected some people, those that are into maybe there is anxiety, there is fear. Some people will even say it's Bureau de Change that are holding. A lot of billions of dollars are under people's mattress that are not even Bureau de Change. We have seen the surge of where people are not even Bureau de Change becoming to be participating in Bureau de Change, buying dollars and holding. So this has been shattered, it has been broken. Let only the professional do that business. So for us, it's a good development, and we'll continue to support the government. We're happy we can source our money by His grace. The business model should be changed. It's not a business model that, yes, of course, for a teething period like this, the CBN can come in to support the system so that the system will be built. And we're not sleeping as a proactive association. We're a self-regulatory association. By Monday, inshallah, we're unveiling our automations. We're bringing in new ideas, technology, skills, and training so that we can best fit into the new reforms of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
All right, so sourcing forex from the open markets, do you think that is sustainable? And as well, wouldn't that open more room for those who want to launder money?
Let me give you, you see, laundering money is a dynamic space and is a problem for the financial system stability. It's not a stigmatization issue that is BDC that are money laundering. I don't want to go into details. All of us know there are details of different institutions, estates, banks, name them, that are found to be into money laundering. It's a sophisticated system. So let us not stigmatize a subsector. If you want to talk holistically about money laundering, let us talk about money laundering. That is another lecture of itself. So sourcing money from the open market, I have told you, this business of Bureau de Change predates even the country, it predates even the Central Bank of Nigeria. And all we want is an enabling environment. What is the enabling environment? Make a Bureau de Change an agent. Do you know that over 23, Nigeria is the third country in terms of the recipient of diaspora remittances? After China, India is Nigeria. Philippines is the fourth. We have about over $23 billion, even almost more than what we are receiving from oil proceeds coming into this country. But because there is no proper linkage between the IMTSO and the Bureau de Change, all this money will remain externalized. So this is a hanging fruit. Two, till now, our non-oil export contribution is not even more than 4% of the GDP. So the government should de-risk it so that in terms of packaging, in terms of standardization, I will even advise embassies abroad to start displaying the product of Nigerians, made of Nigerian product. The presidency should give them as part of their measures, as part of their performance to generate. There is already a paradigm shift. We have seen how they are putting more investment. Investments are coming. Don't forget, Nigeria is a manufacturing economy. We depended only on oil proceeds, 80% of our revenue. We don't earn dollar.
Now, to the issue of BDCs recording losses, since the BDCs started selling, or started buying rather, at 980 naira for $1 and selling at 1,020 naira, the case of the BDCs running at losses, does it still exist?
It's a practical case because, yes, we are even having a very big issue. That's one of the elephant of the problem that we're having, that losses that you have mentioned. But we're engaging the central bank to see how there will be a win-win situation. There are so many issues there to be involved in terms of timing, in terms of disbursement. But however, yes, that losses are there, and there is a working discussion that is happening. The CBN is thinking about it so that there will be a permanent solution. Where the losses came, by the time the CBN fixed their rate of 1,250. The open market even go below the central bank.
Before the disruption, you were responding to the question on the issue of Bureau d'Echange operators suffering losses. I'm asking, does it still exist with the Bureau d'Echange operators buying at 980 naira for $1 and selling at 1,020 naira?
Like I said, you see, it's a business of turnover, and we are not meant to stay in one place. So we are moving. Yes, as regards the CBN window, if you go there now, you will be incurring a losses because you can't buy CBN money and come even and sell it. You will not see any buyer, and you have to compete with the willing buyer, willing seller. The willing seller, the willing buyer, they are ready to do even below the central bank rate. So how can I survive if I should continue to depend on the CBN window? That losses will continue. Like I said, the central bank is looking into it so that we will not allow speculators. I can see most of the fears that is being expressed there. How is this going to be sustainable? That is the fear of every Nigerian, every investor. However, confidence has been built. The central governor have said how investors are coming back, their treasury bills being oversubscribed. Yesterday, he said they received another $600 million. That is one aspect. Soon, we'll be seeing diaspora remittances. Soon, we'll be seeing export proceeds improving. So I think as Nigerians, we should have hope. Let me tell you one thing. A United Nations study have even, when we are talking about this money laundering. That's why it's right time we stop adopting all these international global practices into our own peculiarity. There is a study that revealed that out of $10 that is circulating in America, $4 is proceeds of even all this money laundering you are talking about. And they came with what they call rule of law. You will see at the end of the highest, you can't shut down that. 40% of it in the economy. What America is doing, they give the rule of law. Is that before you know it, see now what Binance is coming. Very soon Binance will say they are bankrupt. So we have to, yes, adopt international objective and obligation, but come down to our own decision. What is our norms? What is our peculiarities? We should look into it. I'm hopeful, I'm excited. The central bank should continue to be open, should continue to listen to research-based recommendations. There are a lot of sources. We have even Nigeria is richer than India. But why are we having problem? Because we are not harnessing our potential. Why must we go to India and be helping, looking for money to come and help into the economy? We should stop doing that. Let us look inward.
Early exchange, shaping policy, advancing development.